Jesse McMurray, Drew Scott, Josh Kilgore, and Luke Humphreys.
So Drew Scott starts in place Will Hubbard tonight.
John Grant, 5'7" junior.
The hard-fought 76-62 victory. We'll be back to wrap it up after this.
The Lonesome Pine District, after this 76-62 win here at Norton, had turnovers 19 for the Raiders, 38.
And looks like for the Blue Devils, it'll be Drew Scott. For the Bulldogs, Brian Owsley. Here's a tip up controlled by Scott and the Blue Devils. Nate Clark has it. Clark leads it off for McMurray. It's center circle. McMurray gets it over to Clark. Clark has it head of the key. Left side Scott open for the three. Shot Scott good. Drew Scott for three.
Drew had a big game, especially the fourth quarter at Burton the other night. Yeah, the starting spot tonight.
Made the difference. So Appalachia with it, trailing 3-0. That's Grant, guarded by Clark. Picks up his dribble, had to walk. Gets it over here to Kilgore, who steals it, and he'll be blocked by Jordan Taylor. Foul on Taylor's his first. That'll be the first team foul on the Bulldogs. And looks like the Blue Devils, just looking across the way, Josh Kilgore has it for Gate City. Kicks it over here. Scott thought about the three. Puts it on the floor. Baseline jumper. Good. Drew Scott with 5 and the Blue Devils with 5, and they lead 5-0. In backcourt, that's Taylor with it. Gets it over to Grant. Grant will have it. He'll bring it across the timeline. Now has it left side. Gate City picks up the pressure defensively. Ball, Leonard comes up with it between the rings for the Bulldogs. Leonard guarded out there by Scott. Leonard has it head of the key. Now gives it to Grant. Grant puts it on the floor, drives inside the arc, and the ball will be tipped out of bounds by Nate Clark, and it'll belong to the Bulldogs.
Derek Smith, not dressed to play tonight, still with that knee injury.
Here's the pass to Leonard on the inbounds, gets it to Grant. Now left side Honeycutt, back to Grant. Grant has it, drives it left side. Had to be an offensive foul. It will be. As John Grant picks up the offensive foul, Nate Clark draws the charge.
Yeah, Nate Clark ends up on the floor.
So it's 5-0, Gate City leading. And Nate Clark with it. Here's the lob to Kilgore. Shot up good. Josh Kilgore with a bucket, and the Devils out on top 7-0.
Nice timing on the play.
Gate City's Grant, or Appalachia. Grant gets it over here to Leonard. Leonard to Honeycutt along the baseline. His turn fall away, no good. Rebound Kilgore. Quickly out to McMurray. McMurray one-on-one. Takes it down, shot up, no good. Rebound put back by Kilgore, no good, and it'll go off to the Blue Devils out of bounds. It'll belong to the Bulldogs. Will Hubbard set to check in for Gate City. Logan Bateman, foul called in the backcourt on Jesse McMurray. Just looking across the way, that's why I said we were short. Thought we were short. Logan Bateman is not dressed out across the way. Will Hubbard in for Drew Scott. Grant with it for the Dogs. Brings it across the timeline. Now has it left side, over in the corner to Owsley. His jumper for three, no good. Rebound Nate Clark for the Blue Devils. Clark will be called for travel.
Nothing Gate City. 5:39 to go, first quarter.
The Dogs with it. Grant gets it right side, Owsley. Owsley guarded there by Luke Humphreys. Gets it back out front to Leonard. Leonard guarded by Josh Kilgore. There's the screen. Leonard around that, drives down, kicks it over here to Owsley to Grant. Grant's shot up, no good. Rebound Honeycutt. Honeycutt's put back, no good. Hubbard tips it out of bounds. It'll belong to the Bulldogs. 7-0 to score, 5:14 to go first quarter. Gate City on top. Will Humphreys and Mark Estep check in for Gate City. Luke Humphreys and Jesse McMurray out. Owsley gets it in to Taylor, who throws it away. He thought Honeycutt was going to stay in the corner. Honeycutt cut the baseline, and ball goes out of bounds. So the Blue Devils off the turnover have it. Nate Clark across the timeline. Gets it right side Estep. Looks for Humphreys. Can't get it to him now. Backs it back out in the corner, Will Humphreys. Now to Estep. Back in the corner, Kilgore. Kilgore puts it on the floor, drives the baseline, leaves it off for Hubbard. Hubbard outside the arc, cross-court pass to Kilgore. Left baseline now. Will Humphreys drives in the lane. Shot blocked away to Hubbard, who puts it in. Will Hubbard with the bucket. 9-0 Gate City leads. This is Taylor for the Dogs. Taylor drives all the way down. Gets it off to Honeycutt. His 18-footer no good. Rebound pulled out of there. Humphreys gets it to Clark. Long pass in front court to Hubbard. Layup good. Will Hubbard with the bucket. Timeout. Appalachia. Gate City leads 11-0.
11-0 Gate City leads. 4:23 to go. First quarter. This is also the site of the upcoming district tournament.
Yeah, in February, the district tournament will be here at Appalachia. Owsley on the inbounds, gets it to Taylor. Taylor with it across the timeline, guarded by Scott, who's checked back in. Here driving along the baseline is Owsley for the bucket. Brian Owsley with the first two for the Dogs. It's 11-2, 4 minutes to go first quarter. McMurray over to Scott. Scott gets it right side, that's Estep. Back to Scott. Scott with it for the Blue Devils. Back to Estep. He drives along the baseline. Needs help. Gets it to Will Humphrey. Shot up. Blocked away by Honeycutt. Coming out there with it, Leonard for the Dogs. Gets it over to Grant. Grant across the timeline. Right side Leonard. Leonard kicks it back to Honeycutt. Head of the key now, that's Taylor. Drives down the left side of the lane. Shot up off the glass. No good. Rebound Humphreys for the Blue Devils. Quickly over to McMurray. Brings it up the right side across the timeline. Now circles the center, head of the key, left side Scott. Now down low Humphreys, shot off the glass, good. Will Humphreys with the bucket. It's 13-2. Gate City, 3:15 to go. First quarter. Grant for Appy. Head of the key, picks up his dribble, gets it to Honeycutt, and he'll be shoved by Humphreys and foul. Will Humphreys picks up his first. That'll be the team's second.
Kilgore in for Gate City, replacing Estep.
And B.J. Richardson checks in for Leonard. And also Henry Hamilton in the lineup for the Bulldogs. This is Owsley. His shot for three, no good. Scott boxes out for the rebound. Scott has it, puts it on the floor, brings it across the timeline. Long pass front court, Kilgore leaves it off McMurray. 14-footer McMurray, no good. Rebound Owsley. Owsley goes to the floor, and he'll be called for traveling.
Got the rebound, but went down.
So the Blue Devils have it. Drew Scott on the inbounds to Kilgore. Forces one up from the front end, out, no good. It'll belong to the Bulldogs as it goes off the Devils out of bounds. 2:44 to go first quarter, 13-2. Gate City leads. Here's a long pass in front court to no one as Hamilton unable to catch up to it. It'll go out of bounds and it'll belong back to Gate City.
Fourth turnover for the Dogs. Gate City has two.
Gate City with McMurray. Now the Kilgore left side. Gets it to a post and Humphreys. Now back to Hubbard. Hubbard has it back to Scott. Open for the three. Shot Scott. Good for three. Drew Scott with 8 here in the first quarter. And we're going to have a foul in backcourt on Jesse McMurray. Foul on Jesse is his second. That'll be the team's third. Zach Jones into the lineup, replacing Will Hubbard. Nate Clark will be in for McMurray. Nope.
Scott.
Nope, McMurray.
Yep.
We only have 4 on the floor is our problem. We've got to have somebody back on the floor, and that would be Will Hubbard. And we're going to have traveling called in backcourt on Hamilton.
That's an unforced error.
Playing tennis, aren't we? I think that's something they say in tennis. Kilgore has it for the Blue Devils along the baseline. His shot up, no good. Will Humphreys put back, no good. He's fouled. Foul on the Dogs, Brian Owsley, his first.
16-2 Gate City, 2:12 to go first quarter. Mentioned earlier the district tournament here. The regionals will be back at Castlewood as they were 2 years ago.
Will Humphreys' free throw is good.
Hopefully if Gate City makes it there, different results.
Yeah, the
Knuckles is at ETSU.
well, one of them is. The other one still
right.
counts. Will Humphreys hits the first. His second is good, but it had to think about it. So the Blue Devils with 18, the Dogs with 2. 2:12 to go here in the first quarter. Will Humphreys checks out. Luke Humphreys in. This is Taylor. Taylor gets it in front court, and it goes off the hands of Gary Thompson, who's checked in for the Bulldogs. So Gate City again off the turnover. This is McMurray. 1-2-2 zone. Here's a lob to Kilgore, and he'll be fouled by Hamilton. Foul on Hamilton's his first, team's fourth. Non-shooting foul.
Hamilton had the inside position.
So Gate City will have Nate Clark to throw it in. Gets it in the corner to Kilgore and try to get it back to Clark. Tipped out of bounds. It'll again belong to Gate City. Clark gets it in the corner to McMurray. He'll launch a three, no good. Long rebound, Leonard for the Dogs. Leonard hands it over to Taylor, and he'll bring it to front court. Taylor with it, gets it left side, Leonard. Leonard with the dribble. Takes it head of the key now. Circles right side with it. Ball tipped away now. Leonard with it. Hands it off to Richardson. Richardson in the corner. Drives around Jones. Jones slaps it away from behind. Kilgore comes up with it. Kilgore quickly in front court. Gets it to Clark. Clark shoots and has it go off the rim. No good, but he's firing.
Officials here tonight are Stidham, Daniels, and Lawson.
Fouls on Gary Thompson, his first, team's fifth. Nate Clark shooting 2 for Gate City. Clark's free throw, good.
Around and around and around and around and around they went.
Marquis step into the lineup for the Blue Devils, replacing Josh Kilgore. Clark's second free throw, good. And the Devils lead 20-2, 1:15 to go first quarter. Ball in backcourt, and it goes off of Richardson of the Bulldogs out of bounds. It belongs to the Blue Devils. So Clark on the inbounds, looks, lobs it in here to Luke Humphreys. 13-footer Humphreys, good.
Bottom of the sack.
Thompson gets it back to Hamilton, that is. Hamilton has it, brings it across the timeline. Hamilton off the screen by Richardson. Hamilton will shoot a long three, shot good. Henry Hamilton for 3. It's 22-5. Quick in front court, here's East step for Gate City. Gets it to McMurray, swinging around now right side, Nate Clark. Clark has it back to McMurray. McMurray will launch a 3, shot in, out, no good. Rebound, Zach Jones, put back, good. Jones with the putback. Gate City leads 24-5, 30 seconds to go first quarter. Taylor for the Dogs with it. Gets it down low to Leonard. Leonard throws one up over Jones. It's no good. Rebound Richardson blocked away by Jones. Here's Clark. Gets it to McMurray, and McMurray will be called for travel. Jesse couldn't control it. Kind of rolled up his arm a little bit. Drew Scott in for the Blue Devils. He'll replace Jesse McMurray. So Appalachia with it. 16 seconds to go first quarter. Hamilton gets it into Taylor. Taylor with it across the timeline. Drives around Zach Jones. Shot up off the glass, good by Jordan Taylor. Quickly, the Blue Devils have it in front court. That's Drew Scott. Baseline jumper, no good. Thompson has it, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. 1 quarter in the books here at Appalachia. Gate City leads 24-7.
4-7. Gate City leads, and the Bulldogs had 30 turnovers in the previous contest. They're well on their way to equaling or beating that.
So the Dogs have it. Start the second quarter. This is Taylor. Taylor guarded by E-Step, and he throws it away. Well, he tried to. Coming out of there with it is Honeycutt. His shot no good, but he'll be fouled. The foul on the Blue Devils will be on Chris Kilgore, who checked in to start the second quarter. Foul on Chris, his first. Team's fourth. And Appalachia will have William Honeycutt at the line shooting 2. Honeycutt's first on the way and no good. So Honeycutt again, free throw, long, no good. Rebound Nate Clark for Gate City. Clark has it, gets it over to Kilgore, drives for the layup, good. Kilgore's thrown to the bucket. Taylor with it, has it left side, gets it over to Owsley. Owsley gets it back to Honeycutt, drives, leaves it off down low for Leonard. His shot off the glass, good.
Good ball movement that time for the Dogs.
26-9, Gate City leads, 7:17 to go here in the first half. E-Step has it, right corner. Can't get it to Kilgore. Now swing it back around Josh Kilgore. Lobs it to Chris Kilgore. Chris has it, can't shoot. Trying to get it to Hubbard, stolen away by Owsley. Owsley gets it over to Grant. Grant for Appalachia with it. Circles right side. Picked up there by Chris Kilgore. Here comes the double team. Leonard has it. His shot up no good. Hubbard with the rebound for the Blue Devils. Hubbard hands it over to Nate Clark. Clark races past the timeline, brings it to the center, gets it over to E-Step right side. E-Step out between the rings. Chris Kilgore. Now Nate Clark has it. Clark over right side. That's E-Step. E-Step drives along the baseline. Cut off there, gets it to Hubbard, back to Clark. Clark leaves it over here, Chris Kilgore. His 14-footer, no good. Rebound pulled out there, Owsley, and he'll be fouled by either E-Step or Hubbard. It'll be on Will Hubbard. Foul on Will's his first. Team's fifth. Will Humphreys, Jesse McMurray, Drew Scott in the lineup for Gate City. Chris Kilgore, Nate Clark, Mark E-Step check out.
20.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, we'll do that in stereo. 26-9. Gate City lead, 6:21 to go first half. Taylor for the Dogs. Brings it across the timeline, has it right side, right corner, now right baseline, back to Honeycutt, and he has it go off of his hands out of bounds.
Turnover number 9.
So Gate City with the ball, leading by 17, 26-9. We're early in the second quarter. We have Jesse McMurray at the point, gets it over to Josh Kilgore. Kilgore gets it to Scott, but before he does, he'll be called for travel.
Couldn't miss that, right out in the middle of the floor.
Owsley set the inbounds, does so to Taylor. Taylor drives right of the lane, throws it to Josh Kilgore. We go the other way, 2-on-2. Kilgore drives all the way down, shot up off the glass, good. Kilgore with the bucket. It's 28-9.
Body's on the floor, but a good no call.
Yes, it was. Honeycutt for the Dogs. Has it left side, left of the lane. His running jumper no good. Rebound Hubbard. And Hubbard will be fouled by by, it's a good question.
Post away, please. They post number 10. They don't have a number 10.
Well, they do on the floor. We don't have a name for number 10. Here's Drew Scott. Scott for Gate City gets it to McMurray. 13-footer from in front, no good. Tipped out of bounds by Honeycutt for the Dogs. It'll belong to the Blue Devils. Beats me. Drew Scott with it for Gate City. Gets it to McMurray now. Luke Humphreys has it. Cross court pass McMurray. McMurray for Gate City. Drives along the baseline. Cut off. Gets it. Swings it around here now. Humphreys to Scott. Scott. 14-footer along the baseline. In, out, no good. Will Humphreys. His putback is good.
Nice strong move inside.
30-9. Gate City lead. Here's Grant for the Dogs. Grant pushes it up the floor, has it, head of the key now, right side Owsley. Owsley puts it on the floor, drives in the lane. His running jumper no good. Rebound Drew Scott for Gate City. Scott for the Blue Devils, runs the floor with it, has it, gets it right side Kilgore. He drives to the hole, shot up good. 4:30 to go, first half. Gate City leads 32-9.
Only 2 points in this quarter for the Bulldogs.
John Grant. Grant has it, head of the key, leaves it off for Honeycutt. Honeycutt will shoot a three, shot no good. Rebound Luke Humphreys for Gate City. Luke clears it out there, gets it over to McMurray. McMurray long pass in front court, tipped out of bounds by Honeycutt. It will remain Gate City's possession. Zach Jones and Will Hubbard in. Josh Kilgore, Will Humphreys out. McMurray out. Nate Clark back. So it's Clark, Scott, Hubbard, Luke Humphreys, Zach Jones for Gate City. Nate Clark gets it in here to Humphreys. Back to Clark in the corner. Now back to Luke. Luke has it. Right side. Clark puts it along the baseline. His jumper over Honeycutt's good. Clark with his first field goal of the night. And the Devils lead 34-9. 3:50 to go first half. Taylor drives around Jones. His shot up good. Jordan Taylor to the bucket for two. Nate Clark rips the pass in front court to Hubbard. His shot up, left it short. And Honeycutt has it, and I believe it goes off of Honeycutt out of bounds. It does. Nate Clark into Scott. Now Hubbard swinging around all the way to the right side. Clark. Cross court pass Drew Scott for three. Shot good. Drew,
he was wide.
Yeah, that's 3 threes for Drew here in the first half. He has 11 to lead Gate City in scoring. It's 37-11. Owsley gets it head of the key. 3-point field goal up, no good by Richardson. Honeycutt gets it for the Dogs, gets it to Richardson. Richardson has it now right side, right now Owsley in the corner. Back to Richardson. He'll shoot another three. Shot good. B.J. Richardson on the board with three. It's 37-14. Nate Clark for Gate City gets it to Scott. Now to Hubbard, right of the lane. His shot up, no good. Scott skies for the rebound. Put back, no good. Hammered, no call. Goes off of Drew out of bounds. And it'll belong to the Bulldogs. Henry Hamilton in the lineup for William Honeycutt. And Marquis Step in for Drew Scott. And we just keep sounding the bell. Now, finally, Appalachia puts it in play. Taylor with 2:30 to go in the first half. Gate City leading 37-14. Has it right corner. He'll throw up a jumper. Good. Taylor from the right baseline. 37-16. Marquis Step has it. Cross court pass Luke Humphreys. Luke swings it back around to E-Step, left side. E-Step back between the rings now. Nate Clark. Clark gets it right side. Hubbard. Hubbard down low, Zach Jones. Now kick it back to Hubbard. Cross court pass, E-Step. He step, stops, pops, shot no good. Jones with a hand on the rebound, but it goes out of bounds, and it'll belong to Appalachia.
And Chris Kilgore checks in, replacing Hubbard.
And Will Humphreys in also. Here's Richardson, has it for the Dogs. Gets it over here to Hamilton, who's has it knocked out of bounds by Kilgore. Hamilton out, Leonard in. Owsley on the inbound. Gets it into Leonard. Leonard back to Owsley. Right corner for three. No good. Rebound Thompson. Kicks it back to Taylor. His three is blocked, but they're going to have a foul called on Chris Kilgore, his second, and that will be 3 shots upcoming for Jordan Taylor. Well, no, they're going to say it was after the shot. After the shot, so it'll be Appalachia's ball. Thompson has it on the inbounds to Leonard. He'll shoot a 3. Shot no good. Nate Clark for Gate City with it. Clark. Front court, Will Humphreys. Now back to Clark. Rips it down low, Zach Jones. His shot off the glass, good. Good assist there from Clark. Fired it in there to Jones.
That was a bullet.
Yep. And about a 4-footer off the glass for Zach. 39-16. The score, Gate City leads, 1:15 to go in the first half. Foul will be called on Nate Clark. Foul on Nate's his first, and that'll be the team's 7th.
McMurray in for Clark.
And Appalachia will have Jordan Taylor shooting 1 and 1. Taylor with 6. He leads Appalachia in scoring. Free throw up, no good. Rebound Marquis step for the Blue Devils. E-step clears it over to McMurray. Left side with it, Will Humphreys. Back to McMurray. McMurray to E-step. Jesse McMurray yet to score. Chris Kilgore has it. Kilgore drives in the lane. His shot up from in front. Good. Chris Kilgore with a good move to the bucket.
A little acrobatic move.
Jordan Taylor has it. Drives all the way down. Shot off the glass, no good. Tipped around. Taylor gets it his own rebound. And all right, Mr. Daniels, who does it belong to? It belongs to the Blue Devils. 41-16, Gate City leads. 46 seconds to go here in the first half. McMurray gets it over to Will Humphreys, right side. Now back to McMurray. Gate City might hold it for the final shot. Inside 30 seconds to go, first half. Chris Kilgore has it for the Blue Devils. Gets it back to McMurray. McMurray gets it to Humphreys. Gate City is holding for the final shot. Now back to McMurray. Clock runs 13 seconds now. And going to have a 5-second violation on the Blue Devils. As Jesse was trying to get everybody set where they were supposed to be and held the ball. So turnover to Appalachia. 9.5 seconds to go here in the first half. Owsley has it, and he was standing out of bounds, I believe. He was. So 7.3 seconds to go now in the first half. 41-6. We're going to have a 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this.
7 seconds before halftime.
And Gate City will have Will Humphreys in front of his own bench. The inbound. Hits it to E-step. E-step across the timeline with it. Looks right side. McMurray open for the 3 shot. Good. And he's fouled. So Jesse gets on the board here in the first half, and he'll have a chance to complete the 4-point play. 44-16. Gate City leads a half a second on the clock. McMurray, free throw on the way, good. And that will be the end of the first half with the score. Gate City 45, Appalachia 16.
I'm a junior at Gate City High School. Gate City High School girls and boys basketball is brought to you on GCTV by the following sponsors: Daugherty Brothers Chevrolet, Delegate Terry Kilgore, Fairway Ford Volkswagen, Farm Bureau Insurance, Jackson Street Formals, Law Office of Jeff Hamilton, Mark's Hardware, Scott County Long Distance, State Line Graphics, and Weber City Drug Center.
At Clintwood tonight.
Gate City has it start the second half. Jesse McMurray shoots a three, no good. Rebound Honeycutt.
He's a little off so far tonight.
Honeycutt gets it to Leonard. Now Grant. Grant drives along the baseline and steps out of bounds.
Yep, he drove on the baseline.
Nate Clark for Gate City gets it over here to Josh Kilgore. And Josh McMurray runs it down. Scott cross-court pass to Clark. Clark leaves it off for Scott, open for the three. Shot good. I'll tell you what, Drew just has, he started there in the fourth quarter, and he's not cool. Fourth quarter of the Norton game, and hasn't cooled off yet, and I hope he don't. Grant for the Dogs has it. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Luke Humphreys. And we're going to have a foul called on Grant of Appalachia. Foul on Grant will be his second.
As he knocked Luke to the floor. I tell you, you get two good three-point shooters like McMurray, and
it will make a difference. Drew has some size and can handle the ball too. Scott with it, gets it over to McMurray. McMurray now Clark drives along the baseline, has his shot blocked, but foul. William Honeycutt picks up the foul. Nate Clark to the line, shooting two.
As you might suspect, it is not a packed house here tonight. It's been a fairly quiet house so far, too.
Nate Clark's free throw, no good. Of course, the Blue Devils, we haven't mentioned this, back in action tomorrow night at Gate City. Sullivan South, or at least I haven't mentioned it. You might have.
No, I didn't. And that's all the action set to start at 4 o'clock.
It'll be another super night. Two JVs, two varsities. Clark hits one, 49-16. Ball knocked out of bounds, belongs to Appalachia. It'll be Owsley to trigger it in, gets it in to Grant. Grant brings it across the timeline, circles now between the rings with it. Now right side. 5-second count on. He's going to have to give it up.
It's close. How many?
And Grant drives, penetrates, shot, no good. Kilgore with a rebound, throws it away. Appalachia comes up with it. Long three, head of the key. Taylor, no good. Kilgore with the rebound for the Blue Devils. Josh gets it over to Nate, who carries the ball.
So hopefully we'll get all the action in tomorrow night before the potential of bad weather.
Who knows what's going to happen? You said it coming over here. They were real clear as to what the weather was going to be. Owsley gets it into Grant. Grant has it, head of the key now, left side, tipped by Luke Humphreys, stolen away by Humphreys. Hit it head to Clark. Clark 1-on-2, takes it in the lane, little 6-footer from in front, good.
Yeah, last weather forecast I saw said rain, freezing rain, or snow.
Yeah.
What else is there but clear sky?
Taylor for Appalachia gets it to Grant, and he has it knocked away from behind by Kilgore. 51-16, 51-16, 5:53 to go. Third quarter. Gate City on top. Scott, Clark, and Luke Humphreys out. Will Humphreys, Hubbard, and Marquis step in. Appalachia has Grant. Gets it along the baseline, Leonard. Leonard cut off by Hubbard, can't shoot. He'll throw one up over Hubbard anyway. Shot no good. We're going to have a foul call. Foul called on the Blue Devils, Will Hubbard. Foul on Will will be his second. And that'll put Andrew Leonard at the line shooting two.
Will didn't think a whole lot of that call.
Free throw Leonard, no good. Second free throw Leonard is good. So Leonard hits 1 out of 2. 51-17. Kilgore gets it along the baseline. Humphreys back to Hubbard. 4-footer from in front. Good. 53-17. Gate City leads. Taylor for Appalachia. Across the timeline, up the right side with it. Has it now, circles, spins back to the foul line. Now all the way to left side. Gets it back to Leonard. Leonard in the right corner, Owsley. Owsley puts it on the floor. Right baseline jumper up. No good. Rebound tip. Leonard's put back. No good. Rebound Josh Kilgore for the Blue Devils. Kilgore gets it over to East Step. Back to Kilgore. And Josh will bring it across the timeline. Left side East Step. Puts it on the floor. Drives down. Shot up. No good. Will Humphreys has it. His foot back. No good. But he's fouled.
Mentioned earlier, this is the side of the district tournament, which is a little strange because it was here 2 years ago and you'd think it'd rotate, but Coach Vermillion said since the girls have been moved to the same night, they started at the top.
Yeah, since they moved the seasons together, the LPD just decided to start over, and they do it alphabetically. Of course, Appalachia, they host the district tournament. Luke Humphreys free throw, no good. Make that Will Humphreys, no good. Rebound, East Step has it. Back McMurray, a long three from in front, no good.
Still off.
Will Humphreys shot no good, but he'll be fouled. So Will will go back to the foul line again to shoot 2.
Will's 6th rebound. I still wonder why the region's back at Castlewood. That's where it was 2 years ago.
Well, he said it was the same thing.
Oh, okay.
That's where it was.
All right. What, Clinchco last year?
Yeah. And what that will do is Will Hubbard shooting 2. What that does, it was really free throw Humphreys no good. I think I said Will Hubbard, Will Humphreys. Free throw no good. What that does is it was the LPD's turn to get the buys in the region, and unfortunately this year it's not going to be that way. They'll have to play in the first round. Both the first and second seed out of the LPD will play a first round game. Humphreys hits 1 out of 2. Appalachia has the ball tipped out of bounds. It belongs to Gate City. Gate City leads 55-17, 4:47 to go here in the third quarter.
So the first round, the LPD number 1 versus number 2 from Cumberland.
That's correct. Owsley for Appalachia gets it along the baseline to Leonard. Leonard has it in the lane, stops, gets it over here to Honeycutt. His jumper up, no good. Kilgore had a hand on it. Owsley gets it, shoots it off the side of the backboard. Leonard has it. He throws one up, blocked away by Humphreys, and it'll belong to Appalachia.
55-17, Gate City, 4:26 to go, third quarter.
Here's the pass inbounds to Honeycutt. His shot up off the glass, no good. Rebound Josh Kilgore for Gate City. Kilgore has it, leaves it over here Humphreys. Humphreys drives, shot, scores off the glass. Will with 10. And the Blue Devils lead 57-17. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Taylor for Appalachia drives down, and he'll be fouled, I believe, by Jesse McMurray.
McMurray comes out of there with the basketball, but as a result of the foul.
Well, I think they post that foul to Mark Eastep.
Really?
Yep. That's Eastep's first, team second.
Luke in for Mark Eastep.
So
Jones checks in too.
Owsley for Appalachia.
Chris Kilgore also in.
Taylor head of the key.
Ooh.
Missed everything. Gate City has it. Nate Clark. Clark runs the floor, drives down, leaves it off for Zach Jones. Shot blocked away by Honeycutt. Honeycutt comes out there with it for Appalachia. Honeycutt runs the floor, stops, 15-footer from in front, no good. Rebound, Drew Scott for the Blue Devils.
His 5th.
And Scott runs the other way and loses the ball out of bounds. It'll belong to.
I'm not sure. He might have been trying to get it to Jones in low. lost the handle.
So Owsley gets it into Taylor. 57-17, 3:30 to go. Third quarter, Gate City with the lead. Appalachia with the basketball. Taylor has it, gets it in the corner to Owsley. Gets it in, down low, shot up and good by B.J. Richardson. Richardson with the bucket. Blue Devils with it. Chris Kilgore has it, right side, swinging around now ahead of the key. Scott quickly left side, that's Humphreys. Back on top, Nate Clark. Clark puts it on the floor. Down low, Zach Jones, shot up, no good. Tip, Jones, no good. Rebound pulled out there by Taylor. Taylor has it for the Bulldogs. Gets it right side, that's Hamilton. Hamilton has it right side, that's Richardson. His shot up, missed everything. Humphreys catches it for the Blue Devils. Luke gets it over to Nate. Nate drives all the way down, leaves it off for Jones. Jones gets it over to Scott, open for the three. Shot, Scott, good.
From the right corner.
That's 5 threes tonight for Scott. He has 17. 60-19 the score. Taylor gets it to Honeycutt, back to Taylor. Taylor drives along the baseline, has it tipped from behind by Clark. It goes off of Jones. Belongs to Appalachia.
Hubbard checks in for Scott. And John Grant back in for Appalachia.
Grant has it for Appalachia, runs in and stops when he hits Jones. Gets it back out to Richardson.
That's a mismatch.
Now to Grant. Grant has it in the lane, and Thompson will be, well, I think he's going to be called for traveling. It'll be 3 seconds. 2:04 to go, third quarter. Gate City leads 60-19. So Clark gets it to Humphreys. Tried to get along the baseline to Jones, stolen away by the Dogs. That's Hamilton. Hamilton has it, stops, shoots, scores from 17 feet. Henry Hamilton with the field goal. Quickly Gate City the other way. Here's Chris Kilgore's jumper up, no good. Richardson runs it down the corner for Appalachia. Richardson has it, drives all the way down. Gotta be. Nate Clark got run over. Should have been an offensive foul. Probably okay that it wasn't. Nate Clark gets it to Hubbard, swinging across court to Humphreys, now to Jones, head of the key. Jones stops, pops, 15-footer, no good. Rebound pulled out there. I thought Appalachia had it, but it goes off of Appalachia. Out of bounds, so it'll belong to the Blue Devils.
Off of Hamilton.
So Nate Clark directs a little traffic before he throws it in. Lobs it in here to Luke Humphreys. Luke in the corner, Nate Clark open for the three. Shot Clark, no good. Hubbard runs the rebound down. Hits it right side. Chris Kilgore down low. Zach Jones, his shot up, good. Zach with 6, and the Blue Devils lead 62-21, 60 seconds to go, third quarter. Grant here open for the three. Shot, no good. Going to have a foul called on Zach Jones. And that will put B.J. Richardson on the line. He'll be shooting 3 for the Bulldogs. Free throw, Richardson, good.
Mike Murray set to check in. As is Juan Gomez for Appalachia.
Second free throw, Richardson, is good. Ouch. That hurt, actually. Quit throwing your water bottle at us. Oh, it wasn't. It's worse as a stopwatch. Shot up by Richardson, good. He had all 3. Gomez in for the Dogs. Clark has it. Clark swings it over here. McMurray open for the 3 shot. McMurray good.
Yeah, finally.
McMurray was 7. The Blue Devils was 65. And Appalachia with it. 30 seconds to go. Third quarter. Grant has it. Spin move in the lane. Shot up. No good. Rebound Chris Kilgore for Gate City. Chris gets it over to Nate Clark. Nate will slow it up and walk it across the timeline. The Blue Devils will hold it for 1.
And they'll spread the court.
McMurray has it. He'll launch a three with 8 seconds. No good. Going to have a foul call. We'll see on who. Number 11. That's got to be, yeah, Chris Kilgore. He's on the 11 out there. So Kilgore picks up the foul, his third. 6 seconds to go, third quarter. Here's Richardson, has it across the timeline. He'll throw one up from back there, no good. And the third quarter is over. 65-24, Gate City leads. We'll be back in 1 minute. 65-24. Set to begin the fourth quarter. Appalachia in possession. Housley,
not for long.
Yeah, tips it. Gate City comes up with it, and Josh Kilgore tries to get it back to Will Humphreys. Goes off of Kilgore out of bounds. It'll belong to the Bulldogs. Taylor has it. Across the timeline with it. Taylor drives along the left baseline. Shot up, no good, but he's fouled. I think Will Hubbard. It is. Foul on Will's his third. And that'll put Jordan Taylor at the line, shooting 2.
Two Wills, a Chris, a Derek, and a Jesse on the court for Gate City.
Free throw good by Taylor.
Josh, excuse me. Kilgore senior.
McMurray has it. Gets it over to Scott. Josh Kilgore. Kilgore puts it on the floor, takes it for the whole shot up good. 67-26, Gate City leads. Taylor to Honeycutt. He'll launch a long three, shot good. William Honeycutt for 3. Quickly we go the other way. Here's Hubbard. Gets it to Josh Kilgore. Kilgore puts it on the floor, leaves it off for Hubbard. Back to Scott. Thought about the 3, now puts it on the floor, gets it right side. Josh Kilgore, swing it around now between the rings. Hubbard to McMurray. McMurray has it to Scott. Scott puts it on the floor, leaves it off for Kilgore. His jumper from in front. No good. Rebound Leonard. And Hubbard comes up with it for Gate City. Hubbard gets it to McMurray. Down to Humphreys. Reverse layup. No good. We go the other way. This is Appalachia with it. That's Leonard. Gets it over to Grant. Grant has it right side. His shot up. No good. Humphreys catches it. Flips it over to McMurray. Jesse across the timeline. Has it. Leaves it over for Hubbard. Will drives into the lane. Down low, Will Humphrey. Shot up, no good. Foul called. Foul will be on William Honeycutt, his third. Now to put Will Humphreys at the line, shooting 2. 67-29, 6:19 to go. Gate City leads. Free throw, Will Humphreys good. Will has 11. Scott checks out. Nate Clark back in. Will's second free throw, all around good shot. 68-29. 69-29. Grant for Appalachia. It's over in the corner to Leonard. Leonard lobs it for Honeycutt. Honeycutt shot up and good. 69-31, inside 6 minutes to go. Clark, Hubbard. Now Kilgore. Cross court pass to Clark. Clark gets it back to, I think it was maybe intended for Hubbard. It was either intended for Hubbard or Kilgore, and they both, one went one way and one went the other, and the ball went between them.
And out of bounds.
So it belongs to the Bulldogs. Taylor has it stolen away, tipped by Hubbard, stolen away by McMurray. McMurray for Gate City, lobs it over for Clark. He's open for the 3. Shot Clark, good. Nate Clark his first three-point field goal of the night. Nate with 10, 72-31. Grant, he throws it away. That belongs to Gate City. Eastep, Jones, and Luke Humphreys into the lineup for Gate City.
19th turnover for Appalachia. Gate City with 12.
Clark, Luke Humphreys now. Luke dribbles between the rings, now right side with it, Nate Clark. Nate, I guess, slips and falls, supposedly.
There was some contact between he and Grant.
And we're going to have a foul called as Eastep drives the baseline. Foul on Gate City. Okay. Foul will be on Will Humphreys. That Will's second. Team sixth. Don't know where that occurred. Grant with it for Appalachia. Gets it over to Taylor. Taylor to Honeycutt. His shot for three, no good. Rebound Leonard, put back, no good. Luke Humphreys with a rebound for Gate City. Nate Clark gets it left side, Eastep. Mark Eastep's jumper up for three, good. So now everybody in the Blue Devil uniform has scored tonight, 75-31. Grant for the Dogs. Grant picks up his dribble, gets it to Leonard. Now to Honeycutt, down low, shot up, good. William Honeycutt, 7 points in the quarter. Eastep has it for Gate City to Clark. Clark over to Luke Humphreys. In the corner, Will Humphreys. Swinging across, now left side, Eastep, open for the three, shot long, no good. Will Humphreys, baseline, shot up, no good. He'll be fouled.
To the line he will go.
William Honeycutt picks up his fourth foul. Well, he picks up his fifth foul. So Honeycutt finishes with 7 points. And substitutions.
Hamilton and Richardson in for Appalachia. Chris Kilgore, Jesse McMurray in, along with Eastep, Jones, and Luke at the line.
Will at the line. Free throw, no good. You had a half a chance of getting that right, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Just go by the number.
Yeah, just double Luke's number to 30.
That's right.
You got Will.
Will hits one out of two. 76-33. Gate City leads, 3:45 to go. Taylor for Appalachia. Gets it over to Richardson, loses control, picks it up, and he throws it away. Kilgore tips it over to Jones. Quickly in front court, here's Eastep, drives for the hole, shot up good, and he's fouled. Eastep with the bucket. And foul on
34.
B.J. Richardson, his first. Eastep trying to complete the three-point play. In, out, no good. Kilgore with a hand on the rebound, though, coming out there with it, Appalachia. Appalachia has Brian Owsley